So I've actually ended up doing a few of these infinity walls over the years, and they're coming up with different ways to do it. I still think the best way of doing these is to get like a carpenter to build you like a radius onto the floor. Use like a thin 1/4 inch layer of plywood followed by a thin 1/4 inch layer of drywall, and then shaping it from there, blending it onto the existing wall. I think it's strongest. Normally, I wouldn't care so much about the strength. However, at some point, some idiot's going to try to walk up on the radius. And this one that I finished recently is the first time I've ever seen it done with like a PVC material, and they want you to finish it with drywall because that's what they send it with you, just regular, I think it was Durabond or something, which typically would not be what I would think would stick very well to the material that they provide. It's like a thick PVC plastic, which has some flex. So if there's any movement at all, the material that you put on there is going to crack. You're going to have all of your joints. You're gonna have to repair it at some point. That being said, the shape of them is actually very consistent. If you were to do it with a drywall, you're probably going to have kinks and a lot more shaping in the field. But as it turns out, the people that did the install, I did not do the install, bolted them all together. And there were some areas that the lumps were so bad that I had to blend onto the wall more than I would think you would want to. So at the end of the day, I ended up having to skim the whole thing, which, if I had to guess, is not what the manufacturers had in mind. But that was what was required to get rid of all the shadow areas and have the radius be nice and consistent. Obviously, with this one, the base was just blended right onto the existing concrete that was there. But the problem I have is, as soon as you get a little bit close to it, you can hear it flexing once I was almost done. And you just know that there's going to be some repairs down the road. Previously, I had done it over like a foam material with exterior BTS cement type material over it. And then you just kind of stick it in the corner and fill it from there. I think that was a better system. However, I think there was more shaping involved. Used a plastic derby to shape where the two radiuses meet, or 3 radiuses meet, excuse me. For every other one, I just use a 20-inch trawl, and then the round derby where the kinks were the worst. But this one had some bad areas, and I think it would have been more shocked had it only needed like a 6-inch or a 10-inch knife or something to finish these seams. I think the system itself assumes that the wall is completely perfectly square, which is never the case. It's just my thoughts. Comments below. I did do a time lapse of my previous one. The shaping and all that is exactly the same for this one, but I didn't bother with the time lapse because I've already done that. But I will post a link to the tools that I used, as well as the link to the time lapse from the previous one in the comments below. Talk to you next time.